We're live. Okay. So I am gonna give people some time to get into the stream. Let's just hope that it does start soon. Alright, there we go. Now I'll just share this to the Discord. Hi, Skits. Okay, we're gonna be doing something really different today. We're gonna be doing tier lists. Yeah, I saw that pink logo. That was actually, you know what, we're good for his family to see that even after 2 years that people do still care about him. Anyways. Hi, Apple. So I picked out 3 tier lists. We're gonna be doing every Forsaken milestone 4. I can't swap off this tab, otherwise the stupid cool kid that I had to add won't be here anymore. I've tried multiple times, it just reloads the page. Dandy's World's all Twisteds, and every MCU movie up to Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'll give people until like 10:25 my time, so 2 minutes, and then we'll start. You know, I'll even put this in the gamer grind. So this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, because we need a little controversy, because it feels so empty without me. But yeah, we'll just give people another minute and then we'll start. Jolts, you should give the chat a say. I should give the chat a say on it. One, if I do, it's likely gonna end up being something you choose, and honestly, I don't trust you at this point. 1, 2, 3 to 4. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to do 3 things that I like. Yeah, when am I gonna hit 20 mil? Come on, guys, I'm at 261 already. We can hit 20 mil tomorrow if you guys try hard enough. Oh, I accidentally closed the live. Oh my gosh. Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause I might have my volume all the way down and just make sure that like the stream doesn't crash or anything. Not complete choice, just a slight say. If you want to not watch the Marvel one, then leave. Womp. Anyways, it's 10:25, so we'll start. So I'm going to go ahead and rank all the non-existing milestones first, then we'll get into the actual ones. What my opinions on Blot / the new V-Floor, have not gotten to the V-Floor yet, but I love Blot. I literally hated him on his concept, then I saw him in-game and realized he was W. And Astro's new trinket is alright. I guess it did get a buff, but it's like nothing. No, still nobody's using it. Anyways, I'll get all the old milestones out the way, then we'll work on the currently existing ones. W skits. Starting with Noob. Come on. That's just an easy one. His old milestone was so good. I get why they removed it so that they could make it VIP to sell more VIPs, but it was not worth it, chat. And 2 times old milestones. Wow, we're really starting off with a banger here. Okay, Apple, what is this pink one right here? Please inform me. 3rd tune to have the ability that's just make Twisted stop chasing. True. Yeah, Jolt's dementia art goes wild. But yeah, what is this pink one right here? It's not S. Oh, it's not one? Okay, good. I'll just... Yeah, no, I won't even put it on the tier list. I like this one enough for it to be considered S. Alright, Noob's current milestones. Definitely not as good, but I don't mind them as much, so I'll give it a solid B tier. I'm gonna give 3... Oh, that's his new second form? Alright, got it. So I guess I'll have to rank them, like, with each other. Pink, I knew a pink guy once. Yeah, I did too. Elliot, that's the easiest C tier of my life. That skin is so bad, but there's definitely worse milestones. Not gonna lie, I like both the 2 times milestones. I'll put them at A tier because I do think they are worse than Noob's old one. Yeah, you know what? I'll make an S plus. That's my top. Well, that's my best for each category. Good idea. Good idea. Me, definitely Apple. I like Noob's old one better than the 2 times current. Actually no, I'll move 2 times current up to there. Nah, Royal Pair is it's a yeah, Shaletsky's is really good. Honestly, I don't even know if we'll have it. You know what? No, I'm gonna move 2 times second form down because I don't like it as much, but Shaletsky's going right under 2 times current main one. Oh yeah, by the way, even if Noob does end up being my favorite Survivor milestone, I'll just move on to second place since I'm not including a non-existent milestone as my favorite. Builderman. You know what? No, I'll put it above Elliot because it at least looks a lot different. Like, Elliot's is still somewhat simple. Easy. That is just easy. You know what? While we're ahead of ourselves, let's go ahead and put 1x down there too. If I need to explain that, I think you're the problem, chat. I'm sorry. You know, I'm gonna honestly move 2 times down because I don't think Shaletsky deserves to be there. I'm skipping over guests for now, and you'll see why in a second, but true, they do get a special send. Okay, yeah. Actually, no, wait. They don't yet, but once even if they just add a special sentry, that'll move them up to low B tier. Chance. I'm putting that under Elliot's milestones because I can actually see differences in some of Elliot's. I can't. After, milestone. Well, milestone, a lot of, chances just look pretty much almost the exact same. Dusakar, high A tier. I can't put them above Taff, and I mean not Taff. Gee, say the one person who doesn't. Dusakar's high A tier. I've changed my opinion on that. I like how Dusakar's looks. I just don't. Well, I like how Dusakar's looks. And I might even move 2 time down. I don't know yet. Actually, yeah, I might move 2 time below Dusakar, but they're high A tier for me. Yeah, I think Royal Apple you're right, I'll put them right above Elliot. I think we can just agree Elliot sucks. Literally spades in his clothes. Like, yeah, but still. Skipping over Jason. You know what? No, we could go ahead and put him up there. I think that's easy for everyone. Am I right? Like, I don't. If I put Savini Jason as the best, if I put Savini Jason as the best in the game, nobody's gonna. I doubt anybody complains about that. Dude, it's my tier list, chat. John Doe. John Doe's a tough one. I really like this milestone. Definitely not above Dusakar or 2 time, but definitely above 2 times second form. Yeah, no, I'm putting a best survivor and killer. We just all know he's up there, and you know what? I'll go ahead and move a guest. He's probably my favorite current survivor milestone. Like, yes, does he look a little questionable in that? Yes, does he look a little questionable? Yes, but still. And Cool Kid. That is so easy. I love Cool Kid's milestone. I love Cool Kid's milestone 4, bro. Now, I remember specifically beforehand, Apple had told me, bro, Cool Kid's milestones are gonna be mid. Bro, Cool Kid's milestones are gonna be mid. I'm gonna be real, I have no clue what any of this means. Don't worry, Pink Lego. It just means they're level 100 skins. Anyways, I'm gonna take that screenshot so that I can post it later, but now we're on to the Dandy's World tier list. So I'll go ahead and start with people I don't know, which is uno, dos, tres, cuatro. I'm sorry, I didn't play enough of that event to really form opinions on any of these. Hi, Rousey. Okay, you know what? I guess we can go in alphabetical order. I guess that can work. Astro is annoying, but I do like their mechanic of stealing stamina, so I'll put that B tier. I'm going off of how annoying they are, if they have any cool mechanics, and their design. Actually, their design moves them up to A tier, honestly. Boxton's like C tier. You know, I'll move all the basic ones down to C tier. Boxton, Cosmo, Poppy, and I guess Brightney and Tisha can move up a bit. Oh yeah, Cool Kid. Oh yeah, hold up, we forgot Shrimpo. We forgot Shrimpo in S tier. We forgot Shrimpo in S tier. But yeah, we can put... I put Brightney and Tisha a level above because they at least had different mechanics. You know what? I'll also put Tegan with them. Actually, no, I'll put Tegan right above Boxton. I'll put Tegan right above... Yes, they're uncommon, but they also have very similar mechanics to the others. It's just that they glow. Yeah, that's what we're getting to. That's what we're getting to pick. Like, you know what? I'm just renaming D to F. But yeah, Shrimpo's obviously S tier. But yeah, Tegan's getting moved right there, because let's be real, does anybody actually like her stealing your tapes? Anyways, Floorchild's S tier. Nah, bro, Boxton is a... Okay, Dandy... You know, we'll save Dandy for last to close it off. Finn, F tier. Flutter's my least favorite in the game. I hate Flutter so much, bro. Okay, yeah, they are a little faster, so I'll still put them where they are. But I hate Flutter so much. I don't care. I don't care if Flutter... Well, I don't care if people say Flutter is easy. I just hate Flutter. You know what? No. We'll add a D and an F tier. D is for D is for understandable that they're like that. F is just for I genuinely hate. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Pink Lego. Toodles is okay to hand on anything but a blackout. Glisten's S tier. I love his mechanic, and I love okay, time to give Shrimpo his real ranking. He's going down He's going down right below Tisha because I can't put him on the same tier as Tegan. But yeah, Shrimpo gets Glisten gets high S tier for obvious reasons. Okay, we're putting the twins right above Toodles, since I do like their mechanics. Or not twins, but craft siblings. Pebble. I like Pebble's design better than Astro, but I will admit he's more annoying than Astro. Because, like... True, Shrimpo one-shots me IRL. Thanks for pointing that out. Razzle and Dazzle are my kids, so S tier. You know, I'll honestly move Pebble up to S tier. I don't care. He's annoying, but he's also fun to deal with, if you're the right character. You know what? I want to put Roger, like, A or B tier for his cool mechanic, but he's so annoying, so he's going low B tier. No, that wasn't mean. I joke about it, too. I have kind of... This is going to sound horrible when I say it, but I kind of have that Deadpool sense of humor where I'll make fun of anyone, but myself comes first. Goob is slightly worse since he also moves the... True, Goob does move the player, so... Shelly does not feel like a main. Like, yeah, they're fast and big, but, like... And yeah, they give a status effect, but Shelly does not feel like a main. Pebble's design does not suck. I love Pebble's design. It says as I've drawn it, like, 85 times just for a canceled vid. Sprout's alright. like, every other character kind of has somebody that you can, like, relate them to. So, like, you can see where they were coming from. Sprout and Astro are the, exceptions. Yeah, they need something else. Sorry, guys, I had to burp there a while. V, I like their mechanic, but they're also annoying, so I'll put them right above Astro. GG. Their design's cool. Their mechanic is not so much. I will put them right above Brightney. Has so much potential, but instead he's just a bipedal spaghetti Yeah, I will admit they could have done so much more. Also, that's quadrupedal because he's, literally walking on fours. No, wait a minute, hold up. Oh, no, I'm wrong, my bad. I forgot he only has 2 legs. His other 2 were shoved into his head. Connie is, Like, they're easy to deal with, so I'll put them right above Tegan. Actually, you know what? No, Tegan's going below the rest. I hate their mechanic more. Oh, yeah, I forgot Louis existed. I'll rate these 4 by design. Louis probably, like, 2nd place. Actually, no, I put Louis below Boxton, and Cosmo's probably my favorite just because of the whole missing half of the head. Now we're on to the event tunes. Rudy, if I had to place him, I'd put him right above Boxton. Wow, Flutter's the only one at F tier. Let's change that. I don't like Cole. And I didn't like Ginger either. Connie sucks. Genuinely a waste of a twisted. Her ability is awful due to how easy it is to avoid. Yeah, that makes sense. I just like that she pretty much means a free floor. The easier they make the floor, the better they get a ranking. Bobbit, I kind of like their mechanic and their design, so I'll put them right above V. Like, I get people hated distracting them, but I do not care. It was a fun event. Like, what was Bassie's ability? Somebody please describe that to me. Because, like, I never really cared enough to even encounter Bassie. Plus, the Twisted looks ugly. Like, no, can we get a zoom in on this? What is this? Quell, what is this? Yeah, it makes sense. That's a joke. But yeah, what was Bassie's design and ability, bro? Okay, you say that. I like Blott's ability. It's unique, and it now gives a kind of introduction to what Sprout will eventually become. They ain't supposed to look like they ain't supposed to look like my models, but I think that's just a bit too ugly. Like, the other mains, like, they're broken, they're worn down. This one is just, Bassie just, like, got a bad hair day. And it looks stupid. Oh, yeah, bear traps, I forgot. Bear traps that barely anybody noticed. Yada, I do not like Yada. They're just faster Boxton. So, you know what? I'll put them above Tegan, since I still like them better than Tegan. Blot, I actually really like the mechanic of. They kind of introduce you to Sprout's mechanic of placing good spots on the ground where you can get hit. And they're kind of a mix between Sprout and Razzle Dazzle, so I'll put them, like, middle of A tier. I really like their mechanic. Nah, bro, it's because for some reason they decided, yeah, Cole needs to move faster in the dark. Which just made them 10 times worse, because they're just Lightning McQueen, but he's invisible. And Dandy, they can do something so much better than a cat for Dandy. Like, I like his mechanics, but he's, like, high B tier, I'm sorry. It would not be normal for me to hate dark, oh my gosh. Anyways, this is probably the closest to a complete tier list we'll get. Yeah, Razzle and Dazzle's mixed, guys. You know what? I'm reshaping this S tier because wow, Glisten does not deserve to be top place. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I put Coal in F tier and I put Pebble in S tier. People are saying I'm racist because I put the dark one in F tier. Actually, you know what? No, I need to change that too. Oh my gosh. Nah, you know what? Coal's my least favorite. Okay, yeah, no, this is the official complete tier list. Now we move on to Marvel, which... Okay, let's start by getting the ones I didn't watch out the way. In reverse order, the MCU movies I have not seen are The Marvels. I'm having to go back through this. I don't think I watched Wakanda Forever. I know about Namor and his lore. I didn't watch Eternals. I never got around to Shang-Chi. I know there's a couple other ones I'm missing. Oh yeah, I never watched Thor: The Dark World, but people hate that one anyways, so I don't think it really matters. Why is Louis' picture so zoomed in? Nobody actually... Well, I don't actually know. Yeah, I didn't watch Thor: The Dark World, but everybody knows where it would be placed. Yeah, people know that Marvel's Loki sucks. Yeah, I think I did watch part of Black Widow. I watched enough to know who Taskmaster was before watching Thunderbolts, which Thunderbolts isn't on here, but in case you're wondering, that would be about high A tier closing in on S. I did watch Black Panther. Yeah, I watched Black Panther in class one time. That was a W day. And yeah, I've seen all of Phase 1 and yeah, all of Phase 2 other than Thor: The Dark World. We'll get to Deadpool and Wolverine. So, the original Iron Man, come on. Is anybody going to argue with me there? It is the original Iron Man. On the contrary, nah, the Incredible Hulk isn't quite that bad. It's like D tier. It's not Phase 4/Phase 5 Marvel bad. We'll get to Quantumania eventually. Don't you worry. Iron Man 2. Okay, I like Iron Man 2, but not as much as the first one anymore. Iron Man 2, I don't care what anybody... People always try to put it in D or F tier below The Incredible Hulk. Like, no, it is a good movie. Yes, they did shove a bit too much in it with Justin Hammer and Whiplash. But Whiplash was such a good villain. Plus War Machine, it was... Well, plus the whole War Machine thing, and the presentation was such a cool finale setting. Yeah, I guess that's a little fair. Thor, I'm sorry. I do not want Camera Shake the movie. It is... I'll put it C tier because it's better than The Incredible Hulk. Captain America: The First Avenger is so overrated. It is going right below... Actually, no, I'll put it above Thor, which still makes it the third highest so far, but... Like, it's a good movie. It does all of its stuff well, but it wasted one of the best MCU villains. Yet, Loki had to return because he was more popular than Red Skull somehow. Yeah, okay, I need to start checking chat more because Wild Skits is honestly spouting out W opinions here, say, with Rousey. The original Avengers is the worst of the Avengers movies, but it's still B tier, which shows how good the Avengers movies are. Even counting the new Avengers, aka Thunderbolts, it's still the worst. Because, you know, the new Avengers is probably the third best. Yeah, no, I couldn't put that above... No, you know what? No, I put that above Infinity War. Wait, no, Infinity War is the better one. What am I talking about? I put that above Endgame, because at least the movie's good throughout, and not just, you know, the last hour-ish. I'm sorry, I wasn't a fan of all the time travel stuff. Anyways... We'll move on to that. Iron Man 3... I'll put it right above Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is definitely the worst of the trilogy, but Iron Man 3 was just so good. Except for the Mandarin twist, which is why it's not S tier. Oh, we'll get to the best in my opinion, because, spoiler alert, Deadpool and Wolverine has been knocked down in a place. Or even two. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I think I can speak for most people. The Winter Soldier was just such a good movie. Okay, original Guardians of the Galaxy, probably my least favorite of the trilogy, but I wouldn't call it better than the original Avengers, so high B tier. We're skipping a movie for now, and you'll see why later. Okay, I know you say that, but I haven't actually watched The Batman yet. I'm gonna watch it, like, sometime in the next week just to get caught up before the Batman 2 casting announcements. I'm not watching the Avengers song. Ant-Man, I loved Yellow Jacket as the villain, but I love Yellow Jacket as the villain and Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, but that's pretty much all I can give the movie. It's going between Iron Man 2 and 3. Yeah, it's a peak for most people, but it is only fourth for me. Civil War going right under Iron. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's going right under Iron Man 1 because actually, you know what? No, it introduced two of the most popular MCU characters of all time, and it gave my goat Chadwick put my goat Chadwick into the MCU. So W, rest in peace. Doctor Strange was I watched it once when I was younger, and then tried to watch it again. Got through like the first 45 minutes and wasn't a fan of it. I'll put it right above the first Avenger. I swear, anybody who sees this tier list who is like a MCU enthusiast and higher up is gonna actually hate this. This is gonna be so unpopular. Never watched Civil War, but I've seen clips. All you need to know was introduced Spider-Man and separated the Avengers. Honestly, I understand that, but Guardians 3 holds a special place in my heart because of, because one, I watched it on my birthday peak. It literally released on Disney Plus, like, on my birthday or the day before, I think, so W. But 2, well, and then in the case of 2, I don't know, I just liked it better. Which is what we're getting to, which is why it's not D tier, oh my gosh. I'd put it probably worse than Iron Man 2 still, but Ego was a good villain. Yeah, I'm thinking specifically Vet's movies right now. He would hunt me down when he sees what my number 1 is. Far From Home. Actually, you know what? No, Civil War is... Well, The Winter Soldier is 4th. Far From Home... probably the worst of the Home trilogy. I'll put... But, I mean, when that's literally right under Ant-Man and right above Iron Man 2, that's not saying much. The MCU Spider-Man trilogy is so good. Thor Ragnarok has the best soundtrack of the MCU. Changed my mind. Other than the Guardians movies. Other than the Guardians movies and Deadpool and Wolverine, Thor Ragnarok has the best soundtrack. Oh no, I love Homecoming, don't get me wrong. Vulture was an incredible villain, one of the last appearances of Tony Stark, and a really good origin story for Spider-Man. It's just the worst of the trilogy because the other two are so good. Black Panther, the original, is really good. That final scene alone carries it up to, like, A tier, but I'd probably put it right under Iron Man 3. You know what, I'll save the last 3 Avengers movies for the end of the tier list. Captain Marvel was so overrated. I'm putting it, like, maybe... Nah, I can't put that above Doctor Strange or the first Avenger, but I can easily put it above Thor. Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies have such good music. Oh, hi, Redbird. Yeah, no, that's the main thing you can give to Guardians of the Galaxy. If anything, it could be the worst movie of all time, but still have the best soundtrack. Thankfully, James Gunn cooked with all 3, so I hope he did. Jesus, I'm bourbon. So I hope he does with Superman. Ant-Man and the Wasp. It is inherently not that good of a movie, but it's carried to right below Guardians 1 because of Ghost alone. It's the only MCU movie my sister has actually seen since she wanted to watch a female superhero movie. and my dad just had nothing better to do, so they watched it. And then I ended up watching it a while later, but yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp is carried that high solely because of Ghost. I think you can see one of my favorite one of my favorite Marvel characters, because I love them in Thunderbolts. I love them in that movie. Please add Ghost to Marvel Rivals NetEase. I know nobody from NetEase Games is watching, but please. Skipping over Endgame from now. That is such a hot take, but I don't care. Mysterio was an amazing villain. Spider-Man just got played in this movie, and people don't give him enough credit. Like, that Mysterio action scene, the whole end. I will admit the drones was a little weird, which is why it's not going to end up being number 1 by the end, but I don't care. I loved that movie, bro. Like, the fact that this man managed to make all of that... Well, this man managed to make all of that just out of illusions is crazy. Black Widow, like... I will give it credit for at least attempting for attempting Taskmaster. And, of course, Yelena, the protagonist of now one of the best Marvel movies. Yeesh, there was really nothing between Black Widow and the No Way Home aside from Eternals and Shang-Chi. No Way Home is not the best of the trilogy, and I'm gonna be real, it's just carried up this high because of Toby and Andrew's return. But yeah, it goes like high A tier. I still think Iron Man 3 is better though. Doctor Strange 2, it gets too much hate, but yeah, it's not that good of a movie. I don't like it better than the original, so I'll put it like right under Black Widow. Actually, you know what? No, I'll move Black Widow under that. Ghost Rider needs to come to the MCU. Yes, specifically Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, so that we can hear him say, "I have an idea." That's the first take I entirely disagree with. Which one? I have said... NetEase please add Ghostface. That is the wrong franchise. Oh, No Way Home being carried by Toby and Andrew. Like, oh yeah, and of course the villains, especially Willem Dafoe to Norman Osborn. Okay, do I need to say anything? Do I need to say anything? Can we move on now? Can we move on and collectively agree that Thor: Love and Thunder needs to be this low? Yeah, no, I just love Far From Home, but don't get me wrong, it is gonna change in a couple minutes. Anyways, speaking of another bad movie, I would rather watch The Incredible Hulk, because I managed to sit through that one. I couldn't get through Kang. Kang is such a horrible villain. Okay, no, Kang is not a horrible villain, because I'm like one of the few people who likes the story of Lego Marvel Superheroes too. Yeah, no, I watched the original, skipped over Dark World because I heard it sucked. I watched Thor Ragnarok, like, when it came out on Disney Plus. Well, when Disney Plus first came out. And, of course, I still have a lot of the Ragnarok soundtrack on my playlist. And I watched Thor: Love and Thunder when it came to Disney Plus. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 I love. Like, it's... I wouldn't say it... No, I might definitely say it's better than Ant-Man. But I couldn't put it above Black... Well, I couldn't put it above Black Panther. Yeah, bro. The fact they decided to make Thor naked for, like, a full 15-minute scene is kind of crazy. And it's, like, never addressed. Deadpool and Wolverine... Do I need to explain? It's Deadpool and Wolverine. You didn't come here expecting anything else from me. Release what? Release the baby! Okay, Endgame. This is gonna be such a hot take. People ride this movie's meat so much. The time travel was not that good, and it ruined Hulk. Anyways, it's still high A tier. Yeah, all of that just for high A tier. Infinity War, it's going right above Iron Man 1. I can't put it above Civil War since Infinity War was kind of eh. And, okay, this is going to be the one where everybody falls off. The best MCU movie of all time. I'm sorry. This is just not going to change. I call it woo, rhymes with grug, W. But, I'm sorry. Ultron, Age of Ultron is so underrated. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Infinity War was better than Civil War. Infinity War was better than Civil War because they actually attempted more. Like, Civil War did set up a few good movies like Black Panther and, of course, Infinity War, but Infinity War was just, that was just an event. That was just the actual Fortnite live event. But yeah, I'd have to put Captain America the Winter Soldier better. I love Mysterio. Deadpool and Wolverine is just Deadpool and Wolverine. And Age of Ultron, I'm sorry, I can't not put Age of Ultron that high. Like, I'm a guy who loves Carnage and would only give Let There Be Carnage, like, a 7 out of 10, which is still very gracious. But, I'm sorry, 1, Ultron's one of the best villains of all time. 2, it introduced one of the best Marvel characters of all time in the MCU, Scarlet Witch, with one of the best Marvel actresses of all time. 3, I don't care what anybody says, the story was not that bad. 4, Hawkeye's family, that's just a given. 5, it kind of introduced the more comedic Thor that was seen in Thor Ragnarok. Plus set up Thor Ragnarok and Civil War, kind of. Yeah, bro. I can't wait for that to just pay off by Deadpool getting shot in the head in Secret Wars or something. But yeah, this is my final ranking of the MCU. And that's probably where I'm about to wrap it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know this wasn't my normal type of stream, but I honestly just wanted to get my opinions. Jeez, I burped again, sorry. I wanted to get my opinions out there and wanted to see some of your guys' opinions. And you know what? This was actually kind of fun. I might do this more because I can yap about random things for so long. Anyways, if I had to put any other MCU... Well, if I had to put the MCU movies that are released this year on here, Captain America Brave New World would probably be right above Doctor Strange, and Thunderbolts would be right above Endgame. Yeah, no F tiers because the Marvels and Eternals I have not watched, and Thor the Dark World. But you know what? I will kind of move those two down. At least Thor Love and Thunder was funny. Thor Love and Thunder was funny. That's all I'll give it. Because me and my dad, when I watched this, we actually started dying at the goat boat when it was the first time. Keywords. When it was the first time. And Korg is just Korg. But, yeah.